This is homework set 20, adding and subtracting rational expressions. Question 8, we have two fractions with different denominators, right? So let's get a common denominator, and we'll do that by factoring. So I'll rewrite each, and I'll write them in factored form. Now the left fraction is already factored, minus 16 over, but this is the difference of two squares, so how about x plus 2, x minus 2? Now, can you get the LCD? The LCD, every factor appears in a multiplication. So I got the x minus 2, the x plus 2. There's already an x minus 2, so I'm just going to use it once. So the LCD is x minus 2, x plus 2. There's the LCD. Now, here's how I do these problems. I'm going to write my fraction bar, and on the bottom, I'm going to write LCD. Now, I know what the LCD is right here. I could write it, but then I might have to write it several times. So just as a matter of convenience, I'm just going to write LCD. Now, on the top, what have we got? Well, look at the 4, right? I got a 4. But look at the bottom. I have changed the bottom. Now, if I change the bottom, I change the bottom from this to this. What's missing? I changed the bottom from this to this. What did I do to it? I took the original bottom, multiplied it by this. So all you have to do is make a comparison. I'm going to take this 4, and I'm going to multiply it by what's missing. So compare the original to the new. What's missing is x plus 2. So if I multiply the bottom by x plus 2, I have to multiply the top by x plus 2. So all you have to do is compare, see what's missing. Now, minus, now I've got this 16, all right? Compare the original denominator to the new one. All right, well, how about this one? Here's the original, here's the new. What's missing? Nothing. All right, so I don't have to put anything out here. Now just multiply through. We'll get 4x plus 8 minus 16 over the LCD. Now, 4x, I'll do it up here. So 4x, and then what do we have? 8 minus 16, right? 8 minus 16 is minus 8 over the LCD. Now, I'm going to write LCD because I can still do something here. I can factor out a 4. So until I can't do anything, I'll keep writing the LCD. 4, what's left? X minus 2 over. Now let's actually write the LCD because I can't do anything else. The LCD, I've got it right over here. X minus 2, x plus 2. And now I see that the x minus 2's cancel. So now I'm left with 4 over x plus 2. Question 9, we've got two rational expressions again. This one here is going to factor, and factor like this. Can you see it? So let's write what we have. It's going to be x plus 4 over x plus 3 plus, now 6 over, let's factor. We'll get x plus 3, x minus 3. Now, I've got two fractions with different denominators, right? So let's get the LCD. What denominator is common to both of these? So the LCD here is, now pick out every factor that appears, and you only need it once. So I've got an x plus 3 here. I got an x plus 3 here. I just need an x plus 3. And then I need an x minus 3. There we go. There's the LCD. Now, draw a fraction bar and write LCD on the bottom. That's our common denominator. And make any adjustments that we need to on the top, on the numerators. So what about this, back up here on here? What do we do with this x plus 4? Well, look at the original denominator and now compare it to the new one. You can see the original's right here, and it's being multiplied by x minus 3. So if we multiply the bottom by x minus 3, we'll have to multiply the top by x minus 3, right? X minus 3 over x minus 3 is a 1, so we're just multiplying by 1. So let's write x plus 4 times x minus 3, and then plus. Now, what about this 6? Well, compare the original denominator to the new one. No change to the denominator, so no change to the numerator, so just the 6 alone. Now let's multiply this top out. The x plus 4 times x plus 3, I'll get x squared. The outer product is minus 3x. The inner product is plus 4x. So minus 3x plus 4x is plus x. And then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. I've got the plus 6 still. Write the LCD. I'm going to keep writing LCD until I can't do anything more to the top. Now, at negative 12 and 6. So we'll get x squared plus x minus 6 all over LCD. I'm going to write LCD because I think I can factor this. Matter of fact, I'll do this up here. So what are we going to get here if we factor? How about x and x? Now the 6, a 6 and a 1, I can't get, right, a 6 and I'm down here. 6 and 1, I can't get a 1 out of that. But 3 and 2, I can. So let's use a 3 and a 2. Now, the 6 is negative. So these 3 and 2 have opposite signs. I'm going to put the plus sign with the bigger product. And the inner product is 3x. Outer product is only 2x. So I'm going to put that plus sign with a plus 3 minus 2. Now, I can't do anything more at the top. So actually write the LCD. X plus 3, x minus 3. And now I can see that the x plus 3's cancel. And I'm left with x minus 2 over x minus 3. Now, just as an aside, all of this works as long as this denominator, here's our denominator, the LCD, as long as this denominator is not 0. So I'm going to put a condition on here. This is going to be true as long as x is not equal to plus or minus 3. The homework doesn't ask for that, but I think it's a good idea to include it. Question 11, let's start by factoring this trinomial denominator down here. So rewrite the whole thing about x minus 1 over x plus 1 plus 6 over. Now, you know how these things are going to work. It would be unusual if these two factors were different than this one. Here's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting one of them to be this one right here, just because I know how these problems are written. So we're going to have an x and an x. Now, what do you want to use for the 4? 4 and 1 or 2 and 2? Well, I'm thinking I'm going to use the 1 because I'm right here. So let's just see if it works. Plus 4 plus 1, and sure enough, 4x and 1x is that 5x. Now, the LCD. Pick out every factor. There's an x plus 1. Matter of fact, it appears here and here, but it's just to the first power. So I'll just use the x plus 1. And then there's an x plus 4. All right, there's the LCD. So write the fraction bar and write LCD below it. Now, look at the top, make any adjustments that we have to. What about this x minus 1 up here? Any adjustment necessary? We'll compare the original denominator to the new one, and whatever's missing, that's your multiplier. So here's an x plus 1. What's missing is the x plus 4, so I need to multiply this by x plus 4. And then I've got the plus 6. Now, compare the original denominator to the new one. Nothing's missing, so I don't need to multiply that by anything. Looks kind of like the last problem. So multiply this out. Multiply it out. We'll get x squared. Now I'll get 4x minus x is plus 3x. And then negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And then I have the plus 6 over LCD. This will give us x squared. Now, right in the middle, negative 3x. Oh, no, that doesn't combine. So I just get plus 3x. Right, I just get plus 3x. And then negative 4 plus 6 is plus 2, all over LCD. And now I think this numerator is going to factor. I'll do it up here at the top. So I'll get x and x. The only way to get a 2 is a 2 and a 1. And the 2 is positive, so they both have that middle plus sign. And sure enough, I can get a 3 out of that, right? 1x, 2x is 3x, so that works. Now I'm going to write the LCD because I can't do any more to the top. So the LCD is x plus 1, x plus 4, and I can see that the x plus 1's canceled. So I'm left with x plus 2 over x plus 4. And I'm going to write here, what has to be excluded? This works. I mean, what I mean by that is that I can go from here. I can go from this original set of computing instructions to this more efficient set as long as x is not equal to, all right, now look over at your LCD. What's gonna make this thing 0? All right, I can't have negative 1 and I can't have negative 4. So x not equal to negative 1, negative 4. Let's start 11 by factoring. So I'm going to write the 2, but I'll factor the denominator as x plus 3, x minus 3. And then I got a minus this time, so I need to be careful. Those minuses always slow me down. 1 over, now there is an a common to both of these, right? You see that a common, so factor that a out. I'll give it a, and then there were 2 a's, I removed 1, so there's 1 left. There was a 3a, I removed the a, so there's a 3 left. And what a surprise, there's an a plus 3 and an a plus 3. Now, it's all factored. What's the LCD here? So the LCD, pick out every factor that appears. Now, there's an a. There's an a plus 3. There's an a minus 3. So I need the a. I need the a plus 3. I need the a minus 3. And you can hear that my cat agrees with that. So now draw the fraction bar and write LCD. And now let's make adjustments if necessary. So does the 2 need to be adjusted? Well, compare the original denominator to the new one. Now, x plus 3, x minus 3 is here. What's missing is the a. So the denominator's been multiplied by a. So to keep it balanced, let's multiply the numerator by a. So we'll get 2a. Whatever's missing, that's our adjustment factor. Then I get a minus 1. Now, anything to adjust with that minus 1, compare the original denominator, right here, to the new one. Well, what's missing is the a minus 3. So I need to multiply that by a minus 3. Let's go ahead and do it. So I'll get 2a, and then minus a, and then plus 3 over LCD. 2a minus a is a, plus 3. Oh, all right, so I've got that. Now let's just go ahead and write the denominator. It is a plus 3, a minus 3, and you can see that the a plus 3's are going to cancel, but it's really a division. So when I divide a plus 3 and a plus 3, I get a 1. So here's what's left. 1 over a times a minus 3. And all this works as long as a is not equal to, now, go back up to the LCD. What's going to make it 0? 0, negative 3, positive 3. So a cannot be 0, negative 3, or positive 3. And that finishes questions 8, 9, 10, and 11 here in Homework Set 20.